Welcome back, guys. So in this video, we're going to be talking about another concept, which is abstraction, right? We just finished discussing about encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism. So this is going to be one of the last topic in the OOPS concept, which is the abstraction. So in abstraction, what that means is if we create an abstract class, the only thing that means that we cannot create objects of that abstract class. Now, what does that mean, right? Let's go ahead and create a new package first. And let's just call it abstraction. And in here, let's say I created a cat class, right? I have a cat class, and then I have a, let's say, a dog class, right? Or I actually don't even need that. I don't even need that dog class, but let me just refactor it. Let's just call it animal. Yeah, let's just call it animal.java. That's fine. So in this cat class that we have over here, right? In this cat class, normally what we can do over here is we can create various we can create various methods, right? We can create various methods and whatnot. And so let's say public class cat. Let me actually create a main. Let me create a main class as well. I'm just call it main abstraction. str main abstraction. Do this, right? Again, I have this. So if I wanted to create a cat object, and normally this is what we do. If I want to create a cat object, the only thing I would do is cat equals new cat, right? Generally, this is how we would create an object. Now, with an abstraction class, we are not able to create an object like this, right? And what I mean by that here, just show you guys. So on the left side, I have this. On the right side, if you keep your eye on the right side, for this cat class over here, if I was to just change this, right? See, right now I have this red. It's saying cannot instantiate the type cat. It's because I have this specific keyword cat. I have the specific keyword abstract. And that, again, that's how you basically create an abstract class, is by specifically just saying that word abstract. Now, you may be thinking, so why do we even need to use abstract class in that case, right? I mean, makes sense, absolutely. So in this case, let's say we have this animal, right? We have this animal class, and let's say we are extending it. Extends animal, right? Everything is good so far. And in this animal class, let's say we have a couple of different things, right? Let's say we have, let's say we actually created a method, right? Let's say we actually created a method, public void, I don't know, noise. I think that's a sound, our sound. I think that's what we had last time, right? Sound. Now, right now, it is not a requirement that cat must implement that thing, right? I have no issues over here. It is not absolutely required that I have to have that. But what I can do, right here, let me just actually bring all those things together again. There you go. So it is not an absolute requirement, right? It's because, again, I can have this. And let me just open this on the side by side. There you go. I have this cat, which is extending. Now, it is not giving me issues. But if I just use this keyword abstract over here, and I have this, right? Okay. If I have this, and again, the reason I need this abstract is because I want to also make this method abstract as well. If I don't have a method abstract, if I don't have the class as abstract, I will not be able to create any abstract method over here. So what I mean by that is this class is this cat class is not abstract, right? So if I was to create, let's say, public void, let's say I also created another one called sound, right? This is, again, this is fine. But if I was to create an abstract method, it doesn't let me do that. I'm not able to do that. It just throws an error. As you can see right there, it says remove abstract modifier and whatnot, make type cat abstract. So if I want to if I want to make this an abstract method, I have to change this to an abstract class in order to make that happen. So I'm not able to create abstract class within a regular class. So this abstract, by having that, I can create abstract method. And again, with the abstract method, what that is, I don't really have to implement anything. Okay, I don't have to put the curly braces or anything like that. That is not a requirement. I can just take the thing out and that's it. I'll just have this. So I'll just have this method created over here. What that means is that I have to now you see that I have this error message over here. Reason being is because what this abstract is doing, by creating an abstract class, I can create abstract methods. And by creating abstract methods, whatever class actually extends this specific animal class, they have to implement this specific method. It is a requirement. It is not optional anymore. It is mandatory. So it says add unimplemented method, right? I can just do that again because Eclipse already gave that option. So if I just do this, as you can see, it just overrode that thing. I mean, on the last lesson, we talked about overriding and overloading, right? It just overloaded that thing. Public void sound. Now I can create whatever thing I want, right? I can S out, right? I can say meow. Now, same thing, right? Again, I can extend animal over here, right? That's great. Now, hopefully this makes sense so far to you guys. And obviously, I have this, which is cat. Now, if I just want to do cat dot, and we have sound. And if I was to run this thing, it gives me a, right? So it is working properly. So after this, right? After this, we have another keyword, which is called interface. Now, I mean, this is a very, very common interview questions as well. What is the difference between interface and abstraction? So we will talk about this right now as well. Okay, so we have animal, cat, and the main abstraction. So let's go ahead and create new an interface, right? Let's go ahead and create an interface. So interface is, you have the option. So just like class, we have another option called interface. So this interface, and let's just say animal interface. I'll just leave it at that. Interface, the reason you don't need that keyword interface, the reason I put that there, so it's easy to understand. That's all. So let's go ahead and put this. So this animal interface, right? The only thing with the interface is that you have to have, it just has this word interface in there. Same thing with the abstract, right? It just has that keyword abstract in there. The thing with the interface is that by default, anything that we create within an interface, it is assumed to be abstract. Okay, so let me just refresh that again. Anything we put in an interface, by default, it is assumed to be already in abstract, right? So in here, just like in here, I have public abstract class this, but I don't really need to create everything as abstract method, right? I can create a regular one. Public static void my cat, right? I can have this, and I can say s out my cat, right? I can have this, and this is perfectly okay. This is not something I have to implement in the cat class, right? It is only the abstract method that I have, right? So this is abstract method, and this is a regular method. Okay, so this must be implemented whenever they use the word extend. This must be implemented. But the other one, this regular method, it doesn't have to be. Whereas with an interface, everything is considered to be abstract. This specific abstract, everything is considered to be abstract. So we have to we have to use that. Okay. So let's say we have this public abstract void sound, right? So we don't need to put public abstract. We don't need to say public abstract void let's say animal type, right? We don't need to say that. We don't need to say the word abstract. It's even if we leave it like this is still fine. And how we actually implement this animal interface or interfaces in general, how we actually implement it by using the keyword implements animal interface. Okay, and one of the key things to know to understand is that we can extend only one class, but we can implement multiple interfaces. Okay, we can have interface, let's say interface 1, interface 2, interface 3. Here, if I was to create more interfaces, let's say animal interface 2, right? I can go to this cat, this, and then I can have okay, I can have this, but I cannot have to add here, added. Again, the reason it gave me that is because I have this animal type over here. So I needed to add that animal type. Again, just keep a note, I don't have that abstract keyword over here, right? But it still asked me, otherwise it was just giving me that issues. It was giving me error that I needed to implement it. Again, this is how you would implement it. This extend, right, animal, I cannot have another one that says, that's like something else. I cannot have that. It just throws an error altogether. I can extend one time. I don't even need this extend. If I don't want to, I can just take it out and this will still be fine. But again, right now this sound is not showing up is because again, I have this sound over here as abstract. And I don't have that input, and it doesn't know where it's coming from. It doesn't know where it's coming from. So it's asking to create either create a sound over here or over there. I can also take this thing out, override, and that'll just give that away. That'll be fine. So if I use that word override, in that case, I have to use it. And if I was to go back to extend animal, in that case, obviously this is fine because that's the abstract method is already there. But if I take that thing out, now it's saying add in that in unimplemented method, which was the sound, which is this. So yeah, hopefully this makes sense to you guys. And again, just know the key difference. In an abstract method, right? In an abstract method, we have to say public abstract animal or public abstract, whatever the class name is. And with the abstract method, we specifically have to use the keyword abstract. And what that means is that this method must be implemented. It is not an optional thing. It must be implemented. Whereas with an interface, anything that is typed on the interface, by default, it is considered that they're all abstract. And another thing is, if we let's say we created some let's say string name, right? If we created something like this, or we created int age, something like that, by default, all of these variables, they are considered static and final, meaning we cannot make any changes to this. So, and they have to be initiated, right? So if I say name equals, let's say Peter, right, and age equals 2, this is how it's going to be throughout. I cannot change this value because these are final. Okay, in an interface, these variables, these are considered final. Okay, variables in interface is considered static and final. Okay, and by default, all methods are considered abstract. Okay, so that's just by default. So yeah, hopefully this makes sense to you guys. Do practice. If you do have any questions, please do comment below. But this is basically what it is. Again, with the abstract method, or abstract class, you can have it. You can only extend it one time. But whenever you have interfaces of classes, in that case, you can implement it multiple times. You can have there's no limit. You can implement as many as you want. There's no difference. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. If you do have any questions, please do let me know. And yeah, thank you so much, guys. Have a good day.